Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am faceless, not valueless. Thank you for taking the time today to listen to my video. This channel is dedicated to help and validate victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. You can go ahead and subscribe or like my videos and help me during this journey of getting out of narcissistic abuse. Just to let you know, I am not a licensed professional counselor therapist of any form. I'm just a person who wants to encourage you. And remember, you're not crazy, you're not alone, and you're loved and valued. I'm going to talk to you today about feeling stuck in narcissistic abuse and how to look up. What are you going to do? What are you going to do today? I'm talking to you who think, I can't do anything by myself. I'm such a failure. Maybe you're listening to this and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not stuck in narcissistic abuse. But it can also help you if you're a survivor. One of the hardest things for me being stuck in this situation is how lonely it feels. And to see everyone else have great family members, great families, great friendships and vacations and all of these different things. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I so alone? Why do I feel misunderstood? And why does it have to be this way? Of course, I'm not trying to instill self-pity because that doesn't help you in anything. It's just an observation, you know. I've gotten to the point where I have made my decision that even though it's going to be hard for me to endure, I'm going to try to find a part-time job after I graduate. And even though I want to continue my studies by, doing a master's and eventually a PhD in the future, I just need to start somewhere again. And, as a creative person, one of the things that I'm taking advantage of, guys, is the internet. It can be so underrated if you don't look at it with the right lens, guys. Yes, you might be trapped and maybe your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whoever it is demanding you money or putting you down every day or controlling you, or you feel so much fear of leaving this person and you're trying to see how you can take another step today. Well, let me encourage you because most days I feel like this. However, what's been helping me is focusing on what I want to do. So other than the job, I'm also looking at other opportunities online where I can work at home. There is a website called ratracerebellion.com. I will put it down in the description box. They have a lot of jobs for people who want to work at home. You can also have non-phone work. I'm still trying to find one, guys. If you know anyone that can help me with this, leave me a comment or message me privately. But you can go to the toolbar in the website and type non-phone work at home, and this huge list will pop up and you will be able to find different companies. So how can you look up while being stuck in narcissistic abuse? The first thing I would say is, what is it that you want to do with your life? This question may be very hard and even ironic and even stupid to ask. If you have already felt this huge opposition from your family or from the narc, you're thinking to yourself, why would you even ask me that if you know that I can't do anything because I'm stuck? Well, even though you're stuck physically, your mind is not. You have to train your mind. Okay? During this process, I've been training my mind every single day, every second. And by listening to other people's stories, by researching more about this type of dysfunctional plague that we see in families, like in mine. When you educate yourself and when you learn that this is not normal and that yes, you can have a good family, not perfect family, because there is not a perfect family. Everyone has their own issues, but I don't know about you, but if you were raised in abuse, like I would much rather have a family that has other types of issues than being constantly fearing for your life or fearing being discovered, So, it's possible to have a healthy family. You just got to put the work in it. I know this sounds really bad for some people, and we victims, we are very prone into feeling bad about ourselves. There is a difference between understanding reality and feeling sorry for yourself. In this video, I'm just basically saying the reality. I feel stuck sometimes. It's hard sometimes, but it's not impossible. If other people have been able to get out of this situation, then why can't I do so? You see, when you are so stuck in your own perspective and when you are only listening to the lies of the narcissist, it's very hard for you to figure out your own type of mentality. And so you need to guard your heart. You need to guide yourself through this darkness by understanding that you are the only person that can change your mind. I don't care how much that person screams at you all day. You can make the decision. Do I have value or do I not? Am I willing to believe what they're saying, or am I willing to believe the fact that I am totally the opposite of what this person is saying? Many cases, my dad makes me feel like I am a complete piece of crap, but when that happens, I'm thinking to myself, wow, you're missing out on a great relationship with your daughter. I'm a great person, and if you would just take the chance to get to actually know me and be with me and talk to me, you would have a great time. And I'm thinking to myself, that's your loss. Not thinking, what's wrong with me? That's not the right mentality to have, because it really lowers your self-esteem. So that's the first thing. What do you want to do? And if you don't know, keep thinking. What have you been trying to do even before you met this narcissist? Like, in what ways have you stopped doing what you like? You don't have to give that control to that person. I don't care how mad they get. That's their own business. You have to live your own life, and you have to decide what do you want to believe. Because what you believe will determine where you will be eventually, okay? And I'm not saying this as an inspirational, motivational stuff. I have learned this crying in the bathroom, thinking to myself, maybe I should die and just do something bad to myself, Like, this is not something I took out from Google. I had to go through this and get to this point where I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I don't care if he gets mad at me, if he, threatens me again to kick me out of the house. I don't care. I really don't care by this point, because my life is more important than living in a lie, okay? So the second thing that I want to encourage you is to take action. I will be making different videos on how to get out of financial abuse and narcissistic abuse. I myself am still struggling, but with the few information that I have acquired, I will be more than glad to pass it on to you, and it may help you. You might be in a different position than I am. Maybe you have a car. Maybe the things that I will advise you can actually do because you have a car. I don't have a car. So a lot of the advice that I have, I can't implement it right now, but I will in the future. So just letting you know. Take action. If you are being sexually or physically abused, believe me, it's not worth it to stay there. It's gonna get worse, and you don't want that, especially if you have kids. Like, listen, your kids are watching everything, and this will affect them for the rest of their lives. I remember when I was younger and my father got drunk and my mother was so in despair. My older sibling received her permit and license during that time, so this person was able to drive, and this person was filling up the car with my bags and with different things. I wasn't even aware. I don't even know what I was doing during that time, but my mother said to my older sibling, please don't leave me. I have nowhere to go. Okay? And that is heartbreaking. And obviously, we stayed. So, what happened then? Things got worse. Things got worse. Listen, you are not responsible to make everyone happy. You are responsible for your own decisions and your own happiness. You cannot say the narcissist made me. You cannot let someone have so much control over you. And even during this time, I have been seeing a change in the narc in my life as I take different decisions. This person is not happy with me, and this person is not talking to me the way he used to before when I would comply to his rules. But what I have been learning is that it's worth the risk. It's better to grieve a relationship that hurts you than to stay in it. Because at the other side, you will see how much you have missed out on life, and you don't want to get to that point when you're 70 or 80. And if you are 70 or 80 and you're listening to me, there's still time for you to live, okay? There's time for you to renew your mindset in that aspect. I don't want to make you feel like a failure. It's up to you, really. You can't let the narcissist control you. You have to make that own choice. You have to get by yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to take action. Whatever that may be, do what's best for you, okay? And the final thing is just surround yourself with things that make you laugh. One of the things that has been helping me is laughing. And I know that sounds very weird, but if you are deciding to get out of a narcissistic relationship, you have to have enough endorphins and other happy chemicals in your brain. You have to have enough memory in your mind of things that make you laugh, of things that make you happy, so that when you leave, or when you are living, or when you are making that plan to get out of that relationship, you can say, you know what, I had a bad day today, let me go and laugh a little bit and just get it off my chest. It's going to help you a lot. If you're depressed all the time, you cannot think right. You have to make an effort to at least do something. And I know this sounds really stupid. I know it's very stupid, but sometimes I go on YouTube and I just watch funny videos, and it helps me so much cope when I feel like the narcissist is putting me down or making me feel like I'm nothing. So I hope these 3 points helped you. Go ahead and subscribe and share or like this video. I hope this helped you, and I hope to help you more in the future. So thank you so much, and have a blessed day.